Hey guys, I'm Jordan and you're watching Fixbook. After watching this video, your car problems stand about as much a chance as this laptop does against my hot lead. Now, make sure you stay tuned so you can see what happened to the laptop at the end of this video. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below. Alright guys, and today we're going to be looking at how to deal with a difficult caliper slide pin, that is, if one would have to. Alright guys, so today what we're looking at is these slide pin guys right here. And basically, if you have a problem where your slide pin, you try and turn it and pull it in and out and it doesn't move at all, you need to remove these and kind of lube them up so it does this motion right here. If not, you're going to have problems with your brake pads. They're going to wear in funny ways here. I got the two old brake pads off of this vehicle and you can see it's worn down here. There's some pad left up here, it's worn here, and there's some pad left here, and this one's almost gone, and we still got quite a bit of pad left on this pad. So we can see the cause of a caliper pin that looks like this right here. So we want our caliper pins to slide right like this, and if you can't pull your caliper pin off, I'm gonna show you how to do that here in this video. Alright guys, so we're zoomed in here on our slide pin, and basically the first step I'm gonna take is, well, we can already see that this slide pin seal is all kind of tore up and stuff, and you really don't want that. If you're having the same situation, you really want to try and get a new slide pin seal, but it's not going to kill it as long as you lube it up every time you do your brake job. It's not going to be that big of an issue, but it is a good idea to kind of get a new seal every time just so you don't have to worry about that every time. And we're going to try and make sure none of this PB blaster gets on the lining here of the brake pad. But the first step in loosening this guy up is you're going to take like some PB blaster or WD-40 and try to get it in there to try and penetrate our problemed area. And next thing I'll do is I'd take like a 17mm socket and ratchet and try and spin this caliper pin. I mean, the slide pin that you're working on may not be a 17mm, but so we're just gonna kind of try and rock it back and forth here. And guys, it's really phenomenal that it's even spinning this much. When I first started working on it the other day, it was not spinning quite that much. So we're just gonna try and rock it back and forth. That's gonna be the first step, really. And then next what I'm gonna do is I've got a theory here. I'm gonna try and lock down on it with some vice grips, and I'm gonna try and rock it back and forth. And I'm gonna take a flathead screwdriver and a hammer and try and beat it out while I motion it somehow with 4 hands. So now I really don't have 2 hands, so we'll see how this kind of works. I'm gonna try and just, oh, and let me take my new pads out because they're probably gonna want to fall out, and I don't want them to fall. So see if I can, yeah, get your seal out of the way, your caliper pin seal, that rubber guy. Oh, and my vice grips idea didn't work. I thought I had them tightened pretty good there. So if I only had 4 hands. Okay, so apparently I didn't think this through, but if you have a friend that can help you, what you want to do is kind of get it rocking back and forth like this with a pair of vice grips while the other person hits here and taps it. Like so. That would be one method. But if you're like me and you don't currently have a helping hand at the moment, what I'm going to suggest you want to do is take your propane torch and we're going to apply some heat. And sorry guys, my phone is going off. But we're going to apply some heat right here, and hopefully that should maybe break it up a little bit, maybe give us an opportunity to slide the caliper slide pin out. Alright guys, so I'm here and I've got my propane torch out. It's kind of windy, so we're going to be fighting a little bit here. And you want to try and preserve that seal you got. And it's going to be a little tough, but I mean, we don't really have a whole lot of options here other than heating it up. So I'm just going to kind of apply this heat here. And it seems like we're making some progress. And sorry guys, I just realized it's kind of in your way, so I'm going to get a better in a better position here. And it looks like she's spinning a little bit easier. I'm just gonna put that somewhere where we're not setting something on fire. And looks like I need a better, tighter grip on my vice grips here, so I'm just gonna turn them right. There we go. So just gonna kind of pull out and gonna keep the heat on it. So just want to get nice and heated up here. Set this guy aside. And we're just gonna wash, rinse, and repeat until we finally get this guy to budge. I might also try the hammer and flathead screwdriver technique again. So, let's see, we're just gonna tighten it up here, and there we go. Get a good tight grip on that. And let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and try the flathead screwdriver and hammer technique one more time while we got that going. And we don't want it to cool down too much, so let's try just applying a little bit more heat. And also, guys, just if you didn't already know this, you need to make sure you get the blue tip right there. That's going to be the hottest point, not up close, but the actual blue tip of the flame is what you want to get on there. So I think my torch went out there, so we're going to go ahead and just get this guy going. Alright, let's see. There we go. So, just gonna keep the heat on there. I'm just trying to get all around it. And our poor little seal is just gonna have to suffer there. So, alright, we got some more heat on it, so you don't want to let it cool down for too long. You can also try hitting from the side, different angles will help. Let's keep the heat on there again. And let's see, I'm gonna try something new here. I'm gonna maybe take this pair of pliers, just kind of grab a hold of it, and while I'm grabbing and twisting, guys, you want to take your other hand and be pulling, or you're not going to be getting a whole lot accomplished. It seems like she's coming right out. We've almost got her out there. We've made quite the bit of progress, and just gonna be consistent here. Keep on moving. And there we go. So that is how you remove a stuck-on slide caliper pin. And I'm trying to think of anything else here that may need to be said about the issue. Probably when putting things back in, might have something to say about that. Alright, and I did think of one thing I want to mention here. When you do this, if your seal is still stuck in there from the old seal, as you can see, we kind of tore our seal off there. What you'll want to do is you want to reach in with a pair of needle nose pliers and just kind of get the rest of that seal out so you can put your new one in. And it also may be melted on there, so what you may need to do is we're going to go ahead and just kind of reignite the fire. So we're going to get the propane torch going again a little bit, and we're just going to apply some heat. And once we've got it heated up here just a little bit, it should come off a little bit better. We may have melted it on there just a bit when we were trying to salvage our thing there. So just gonna kind of pull here. And I know I'm in your way. Give me just a second. I'm gonna get out of your way. It's hard for me to do left-handed, but hopefully you kind of get the idea. Just gonna grab and pull, and that's gonna be fun. It's probably gonna take me 10 minutes or so to get this thing out. So I won't record the whole pulling out session, especially when I'm right-handed and I need to get my arm right in your face. So you just kind of take maybe a flathead screwdriver, a pair of pliers, and you can get the rest of that seal out, so when you go to put your new one in, your new caliper slide pin seal, it'll fit in there. Okay guys, so once you've pulled that old nasty slide pin out, what you want to do is go ahead and take your rag and just kind of wipe them down really well. If you have some brake cleaner nearby, just kind of spray some of that on there. That'll prove to be pretty good with cleaning the nasty stuff off this thing. And I priced putting the new slide pins in here for the person I'm working for, and it's they run about $20 a set, so it would be a good part to take from the junkyard. You can actually, from the junkyard, just take these two 17mm things out here. Well, first definitely check and make sure you don't have the same problem, but you could just take this whole caliper bracket piece and it'll already come with everything in there. So that's one option. It's a cheaper option to go with, so if you want to replace it instead of do what I'm doing here. So I got them nice and cleaned off. I'm just gonna apply some of this lubricant here, and we, or shall I say I, don't have a new seal quite just yet. So what I will do is I'll do my best to seal it up. I'll do my best to salvage what we got, and got a little piece of hair hanging off there, and this will be worlds better even just as I'm doing it here. And the first time sliding in, you might want to, that's the other thing guys, you might want to do exactly what I'm doing, just kind of slide it back out, and you're gonna grab some more stuff in there, which is part of the reason it wouldn't come out in the first place. And then you're just gonna want to clean it again, and you're gonna wash, rinse, repeat with that as well. So you just kind of pull some of that old nasty stuff off, and you can really feel it in there. So I'm just pulling some more stuff out. I'm just gonna wash, and then once we get it in there with that new lubricant on, it'll really help kind of loosen things up. At least it should. We'll find out here momentarily. I'm gonna stick them back in, and already we notice worlds of difference, because before, what I'm doing right now was nowhere near possible. But ideally, we do want it to look just like the bottom one. I'm sliding it, and I'm sure you can't even see what I'm talking about, so there we go. So like I was saying, ideally you do want it to look like this right here, and as you can see, it's nowhere quite near the bottom one. So we're just gonna work on it. We're going to massage the problem, so to speak, and we should be able to get better results than what we're seeing right here. So I'm just gonna want to do exactly what I'm doing, just kind of go in and out, and then we're gonna wipe it down again and then re-lube it up there. And we may also be able to get something in there to kind of maybe pull some of that stuff out. I'm just trying to think of a cylindrical object we could fit in there to kind of help clean it out, but I think this right here should help quite a bit. And I'm actually gonna take the seal off so I don't damage the seal any more than I did. And we can see there, I'm gonna get a close-up, and this guys is just kind of close-up of all that dirt and grime. You see that brown stuff, it's what's stuck in there. So we really want to do our best to just kind of remove that nasty stuff that's in there, and we'll do it like how I was doing it before, and what you'll see me continue to do, we'll just keep removing that stuff by pushing the pin in and then pull it out and wiping it off. Alright, so I'm gonna wipe that nasty grime off. It's really gross. And you know, I'm gonna just try spraying some of this in there, maybe spraying some PB Blaster in there. That might just kind of help loosen things up as well. I mean, we don't want to use PB Blaster as our lubricant, but it will surely help to loosen things up, I think. And it is helping just to, you know, break the dirt and grime up there. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to continue to to wash, rinse, and repeat with these all these steps that I'm telling you to do here. You just want to keep doing them over and over until we get it nice and clean. And we can see it's looking a whole lot better now. Even the caliper pin itself is looking a whole lot cleaner. So I'm gonna reach for my disc brake quiet lubricant, and we're just gonna dab some on there, and I'm just kind of twist it around, and this definitely will not be our last application of the disc brake lube, because you're gonna want it to be dry. You don't want that PB Blaster or WD-40, whatever you're putting in there, you don't want that to be part of your lubricating workers inside this piece here. So we do want just disc brake grease in there as our lubricating agents. So I'm just gonna continue to do this right here, and we'll continue to wipe it off. And so I'm just gonna apply some more grease. We're gonna try it again, and it's looking a lot better. I might just wipe it off one more time, and I'm gonna put my seal back on there. So just put him on there first, because if you put your brake lube on there, your grease, it'll just get all over the seal, and we want it to go inside, not outside. So that's a big dab. I don't quite want that much on there. That'll work just like that. So I'm gonna stick him down in there. Just make sure you get all that nasty air out of there too. So it's not gonna, seal it perfectly there. It may help to kind of prevent dust and dirt from getting in there. And I've still got the old seal. I didn't quite get all that off there, so that'll help it seal a little bit. It's a lot better than what he had. It's going to preserve these new brake pads way better than the old setup. That's definitely for sure. So like I said, guys, you want your caliper pins to be able to slide nice and well. And I'm sure you can't see the bottom one again, but I was sliding both of them there. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe so you can catch all my new videos, which publish Mondays and Fridays at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and I will see you then.